Welcome to HDFC Credila Financial Services Limited. My name is Chitransh. Currently, I'm working as a regional sales manager for HDFC Credila. This HDFC Credila is a education loan company. It's a subsidiary of HDFC Limited, and we are serving more than 61 countries, 4,500 plus institutes, and we are funding into more than 3,300 courses. So, financing of higher education. How do we finance our education? So, financing education is based on three things. First is the self-finance, second is scholarship, and third is education loan. When we talk about self-finance, like when we do a self-finance, we have to drain all our savings. Our savings means parent savings or whatever savings we have. Scholarship, we all know that few limited candidates or students got a scholarship, so no, everyone is not benefited out of it. And the third one is education loan, for which we are talking about, and we cover, as HDFC Credila covers the 100% of cost of education of study of the courses. So one more thing that I want to tell is we are the NBFC company which is offering ATE interest benefit. TCS is one of the major benefit which student gets in terms of remitting the funds. So basically, when we do a remittance, there is a remittance fee which is 5% for education, and generally it is 20% for any kind of a remittance. If we are availing education loan, we just need to pay 4.5%. So we are basically saving 4.5% of TCS by availing education loan. This is one of the major benefit which can be availed by the student in terms of TCS. What advantages HDFC Credila gives? So what we do is we give 100% finance. We cover 100% of tuition fees and the ancillary cost. Ancillary cost includes your living expenses there, your education, your visa, your flight tickets, and other expenses like laptops and any other library fee you needed for your study. We give unsecured loan up to 75 lakhs, which means we don't need collateral up to 75 lakhs. If we want to go over and above 75 lakhs, yes, we do give unsecured, but it depends on case to case basis. Fifth is multi-city co-borrow flexibility. Multi-city co-borrow flexibility means, so what we do is we take parents as a co-applicant, but apart from parents, we take maternal uncle and paternal uncle into the loan as well. मामा चाचा को भी we take into the loan structure. अब होता क्या है कि when we are here in let's say I am a student and I am in Delhi. My chacha lives in, let's say, Bombay. So I can take my chacha into a loan and I can take his property as well, which is in Bombay. So we do have a multi-city co-borrow flexibility in terms of co-borrower as well as in terms of collateral. We can take both collateral and everything. If you give me a collateral as a security, it would be a secured loan. If you are not giving me any collateral, it would be an unsecured loan. A third last point, which is Credila advantage, is flexible repayment option. Flexible repayment option means we do have a three option. Generally, what we see is when anyone gives a education loan, they ask for a only interest portion or a EMI. We do have an option of part interest as well. So what happens is, if we take a loan of let's say 1 CR, there would be an interest to be charged on 1 CR every month. So what happens is my interest starts after my education, but what we do is we take a part interest from a student, which is from a student or a co-borrower, which is of 5,000 or 7,000, just to make a habit of repaying the EMI, which also reduces your burden of interest getting accumulated to the principal. So we do have a multiple flexible repayment option. Last one is we do education loan completely digital, which means we don't need you physically at our office or our place. You can directly give us documents online. You can upload it through our portal, and you can get a sanction online as well. So any kind of a sanction you get online, we don't give physical sanction letter to anyone. Also, for the disbursement, we have e-agreement signing, where we don't ask you for a physical documents to be signed or agreement to be signed. It is completely digital and it is through Aadhaar OTP linked. So we are a fully digital company, and we process each and every step on digital mode. We don't go for a physical documents. So the main question arises: what is the right time to apply for an education loan? So whenever you apply for education loan, it's a myth. You can apply for education loan only when you had an admission letter. No, HDFC Credila doesn't ask you for admission letter. We provide you we provide you a sanction letter, or we can say a pre-approval on the basis of your entrance score. So let's say you are going for a US and you have appeared for a GMAT. I appeared for a GMAT this year, but I don't know whether I could get a loan for the USA or not. So what I will do is I will apply on the basis of GMAT to the with HDFC Credila. HDFC Credila will give me a financial approval of 60 lakhs or 70 lakhs, whatever your requirement is, and on the basis of that you can proceed further. And as I said, we don't ask you for any kind of a margin money. Generally government banks ask for a margin money. Margin money is basically, let's say I have taken a loan of 70 lakhs, out of which 15% is to be paid by a student and remaining amount would be disbursed by bank. If your cost of education is 75 lakhs, we'll give you 100% 75 lakhs of loan. We don't need any kind of a margin money. We don't ask you for any kind of a payment which you have made to the university. Entire loan would be funded by us. So what you can do is you can avail a sanction letter before getting an admission letter. Also what we do is we do a pre-visa disbursal. Let's say if you want to go to UK, you want to go to a Canada, you want to go any other countries where there is a possibility of having a disbursal before getting a visa, that we will give you a pre-visa disbursal and will not wait for a visa to come, because you have to show funds, and that practicality we understand. If student doesn't have a funds, how, why, what he will do for a loan? Like loan will not disburse only. Yes. So what are the different parameters that a bank consider when deciding an interest rate for an education loan? So basically what we do is, the factors that determines your loan eligibility are student academic, parents profile, as well as collateral. So basically students are our asset who are going to repay the EMI. So what we do is we consider a student academics, 10th percentage, 12th percentage, graduation, post graduation. If he is going for a post graduation, does his post graduation is in line with his graduation, his 12th standard? Once we analyze this, we see everything is going good, then we can approve a loan. What if we see there is a, let's say 80 KT in her 10th class, or there is a problem in her 12th class, or he has taken some kind of a drop and then going for a further education, then we go for a parent profile. What does parents do? What is the family income? If again we see there is a civil issues or any other kind of issue with parents, already parents who availed the loan for any other kind of loan they availed and they have some bounces, then we ask for a collateral. Generally 90% we do unsecured, and hardly we ask for a collateral in few cases where we think we have to take a call, like student is average and parents are also not repaying their EMI. So basically at the time of availing a loan, we think of two things. First is ability to pay, and second is intention to pay. Ability to pay is determined by the student who is going for the college or a course, and what kind of a income he would gain, he would be getting after getting a pass out from that college. Intention to pay we can see by his CIBIL report as well as his parent CIBIL report. Third is collateral. If student academic and parent profile are not okay or not as per our requirement, we ask for a collateral, where the nature of a collateral could be a residential, it could be a commercial, it could be an open plot, but we take a collateral. The In terms of collateral, if we talk about, like we do have so how we fund. If you have a collateral of let's say 30 lakhs and you want loan of 60 lakhs, we'll give you loan of 60 lakhs on the basis of 30 lakhs collateral value. So we don't have a criteria that your collateral should be of minimum 70% or 50% or 80%. If your collateral value is 60 lakhs, we'll give you a loan of 60 lakhs. If you have a collateral of 60 lakhs, you want loan of 1 CR, we'll give you a loan of 1 CR. If you had a collateral of 60 lakhs, you want a loan of 150 lakhs, we'll give you 150 lakhs. So we don't have such criteria. However, rate of interest differs bit because we take a risk on your collateral, but we do give loans because end of the day, our student is our asset. So we focus more on student academics, then parent, and then collateral. Second, once you get a loan sanction, you can get it disbursed in next few days. So generally we take 5 working days to decision a unsecured loan, and we take 8 working days to decision a secured loan, because we have to get legal and technical done from the for their properties. What documents required for a loan processing? As I said, KYC documents, income documents, academic documents, and collateral documents. These are the basic documents which we need for a processing of a loan. Is there a collateral needed for a 2 crore INR loans? Yes, there would be a need of collateral, but it depends on the profile. If profile is good, we have done few sanctions of 1.5 cr, 1.75 cr without collateral. Depend on the course and the university which on which student is getting admitted, we can do. Our ROI starts from 10.25 and it goes up to 12.75. Depends on whether it is a secured loan or it's an unsecured loan. If it is a secured loan, it would be somewhere from 10.25 to 11.5. If it is unsecured loan, it would be from 12% to 12.75. Is there a financing option available if someone has a current on? Yes. If it is some other loan, yes, financing option are there. If it is education loan, we can do balance transfer of education loan as well. That's interest rate dependent on university. If it is in top 50 university, yes, rate would be differ. But if it is not in top 50 university, it would not. This top 50 universities, we do have a list of our top 50 university. Provide loans to African citizens who are planning in USA without collateral. No, sorry, we don't provide loan to the African citizens. We provide loan to only resident Indians. What if my parent recently and at a very high post? No worries if your parents are retired and if they are getting a pension income, we do consider pension income in the loan, and we do fund on the basis of pension income. That's not a problem and not a challenge, because as I said, a student is our asset and we do fund their dreams. When do we have to start paying EMIs for the loan? Very good question. So basically, what we do is we give holiday period of the loan tenure plus 1 year. So if I am going for an MS in USA, then I don't need to pay any kind of EMI in that this 2 years plus 1 more year. So basically, my EMI starts after 36 months. If there are any further queries, you can please send us an email and fill that short form. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much for this. If you have any doubts, please reach out to us.